Alright guys, I have some news. On the down low, I've been doing the No-Fap as well as the No Porn challenge because I figured they go on top of each other. I might as well cut them both out. So that's what I've done. And I think it's about week 2. I think I'm at the 2-week mark around about. So I decided I would start talking about it now. I can't really tell you what's going on so far as a result because I can't actually figure it out myself. I just know that I get really horny sometimes, and unfortunately it can happen in uncomfortable places. But it also is at the same time teaching me how to control that. So instead of all my sexual energy building up by my dick, I'm actually able to keep that energy dispersed in my body instead of just getting a hard on straight away like back in the day in high school days. No, it's a lot more controlled. There's a lot more control now, and I think the fact that I've stopped jerking off, because jerking off was the whole thing of like just get it over quick sort of thing. Well, not really actually, but when done properly. But that aside, the idea, the intention of jerking off is to essentially get yourself to come, and as a result, that quickly raises your dick. Gets you horny quickly, because this can actually apply to women as well. If you're an overly sexual woman, then this is going to be a beneficial thing for you as well. I don't necessarily think I was an over-sexual man, but I do think that I could desexualize a lot more. So I was very sexually oriented. I wasn't overtly sexual though, and as I started doing this, it started helping the desexualizing process. So I'm a lot more comfortable, pretty interestingly. I'm a lot more comfortable at looking at women in real life and actually admiring their bodies. Like, I'm seeing them and they're actually beautiful. Whereas in real life, I used to be ashamed or feel guilty about looking at a girl. And then I would go to porn and I would just look at her being fucked. And of course, you can start realizing that, this doesn't show you what is really going on. This is making girls seem like they aren't just sex, whereas that is realizing that actually that's a person. So yes, you can still admire them sexually, you can still admire their bodies and think that they're beautiful, but you do it a lot more respectfully, because she's not just, quite honestly, she's not just on the camera fucking anybody who wants to fuck her on the camera. She's actually a real life human being, and you get to see that. You get to see her in her role. You get to see her living her life and being a human being. Role is very, it's not really the right word to say, okay? Because her role is whatever she decides it is. But what I intended by those words is that you get to see her being a person. You get to see her living a person's life. And the more you desexualize, the less you see her as a potential sex partner, and the more you see her as a human being. That's actually just the key right there. Stop seeing them as sexual entities, even though some of them are so gorgeously sexual. Stop seeing them as that and start seeing them as human beings, because the human beings part should come first before the noticing of the gorgeous sexual. Although some girls are very good at showing off their sexual side very quickly. Usually it's better and it's beneficial for both of you if you actually take a step back from the whole sexual side of things and you rather just experience them as a human being first and see if there actually is a connection. Unless you want to just go and have a one-night fuck and get it over with. But even that, that is still a very sexual act. You just want to, nothing wrong with it, dude, nothing wrong at all. Being primal and that is all fucking fun. But that sort of lifestyle will rather promote the idea of porn and things like that for you, rather than connecting with the person first and seeing if you have a chemistry, if there's really an energy there. Sometimes right off the bat there's an energy, there's a chemistry, and whether you're insecure or nervous or whatever, generally that chemistry will just flow naturally between the two of you. The minute that you start seeing her as that human being, because that gets rid of that fear, or it gets rid of the rejection fear. That's the whole idea here, is it's not actually the sexuality side of things, it's rather might be the fear of rejection, the fear of inadequacy, the fear of not being good enough, or not being sure that you know what you're doing in some cases. Things like that. If you think like that. I don't really know where I was going with that, but that's kind of just what came out of my mouth. So there you go. So that's the whole no porn thing. As for the no fapping thing, discipline. Straight away, you can say that it's improving discipline, because one of the hardest things to do is when you are horny to just not engage. The first thing it's made me do is have to admit that to myself. I always thought that I was stronger than anything, and in this case, I had quite a few lapses, but but I got myself together and I've maintained a consistent, steady no fapping. I don't actually truthfully remember the last time that I fapped. It might even have been within this 2 weeks, but I don't think it has. So that's why I'm making this video now, because I'm noticing the benefits now anyway, so I might as well mention it. Plus 1 or 2 lapses if it really is difficult, like I'm saying it is, dude. I have discipline now, and this was the one thing that was still making me lapse. First, I had to admit that to myself. Then I had to build the power within myself to be disciplined enough to then say, no, I'm not doing it from now on. And then to have even more power to implement that. And that's where we are today. So it's given me a lot of discipline. It's given me a lot of self-control and self-power. It's very empowering when there's an urge pulling you towards it, and for you to be able to just be like, actually, no thanks. That's very empowering. Those guys who think that they're all the shit because they're getting sex after sex after sex, that's not power, man. I mean, unless that's exactly what they want, you know, but I'm talking more specifically about those guys who are going to end up in a relationship and then end up hurting the other person. You can clearly see that's not power. Power isn't abundance. Power isn't how much you have. Power is actually how well you limit yourself from abundance. Power is being able to stop when you know you need to stop. And this no-fap thing has helped me build that power. And that in turn has helped me in my general life. It's helped me be more powerful and confident and assertive. I'm a lot more dominant. I've become more fiery, I guess you would say the word is. I'm more fiery in my interactions, my stares, and flirtatious engagements. There's more fire, there's more zest, it's more fun actually, because there's actually just more tension, there's more sexual chemistry that's built up inside me now, waiting to come out. So I can't wait to have someone in front of me that I can just dump all of this stuff on. And that is so much fun. Obviously, you have to make sure that they're engaging with it as well. You can't just be going up to any random chick and be like, hey, check my dick out. The whole point of this in the first place was to first desexualize. Okay, so start with the no porn. If you want to fap for a little bit, that's fine. But start with the no porn. Get the desexualizing element going. Then you're going to stop all your inappropriate sexual activities. You're going to start learning how to appropriately interact with women. How are you going to do that? Where I would start for you is to just go and be around women as much as possible. I do have a video on getting into relationships with women that are not relationships, but rather friendships. That's also super beneficial. You can check that video out, but I'm sure I'll have another video up on this stuff in more detail later on. Okay, that's what I'm noticing so far. So I'll then update again maybe in another 2 weeks time. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go until the point where I feel like I don't feel like doing it anymore, unless I notice the benefits so vastly that I just don't feel the need to do it anymore. Then I just maintain a lifestyle without it. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see what happens.
Hey peeps, what's up? I'm in my work getup because I'm heading to the gym work. I'm heading to the office, all right? But I just want to say thanks for watching this video. I know it was a pretty interesting video for me to make. If you're into drones, I'm a drone instructor. Head over to the drone channel. I've also got games, music, vlogs, and on the vlogs channel there are drives and stories as well as daily vlogs, so you definitely should go and check it out. This is literally just a little promo at the end of this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. Definitely, guys, go and check out all my other channels as well. I know if you're into the self-help and the healing, you'll probably be into the vlogs because the vlogs showcase a lot of my learning and evolving by me living my life. I've also got a lot of stories where a lot of my lessons that I'll be teaching about on this channel came from stories and past experiences, which you can actually go and see and hear about and live through on my vlogs channel. So 100% I think you should go and check that one out. Specifically if you're into music and video games, then I've got channels on those as well, so go and check them out. And I love you, leave you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.